If you're iron and feeling hard stuck, then you're probably not doing the things I'm going to cover in this video, but when you do, your win rate will increase and you'll get out of iron in no time. My first tip for irons is to stop blaming your team for the fact that you're hard stuck. I know how frustrating it can be to come with bad teammates over and over again, but you gotta remember that it's not only happening to you. Everyone who's higher ranked has had these exact same experiences, which means that if they can rank up, then so can you. You instead want to focus more on the small changes you can make in your gameplay to have a greater chance of ranking up. Try to become just a little bit better every time you play, and with time, those improvements will add up. If you're in a learning mindset instead of only focusing on the game you're in or your rank, then you'll see improvement way faster than others at your rank. And this sort of goes hand in hand with my second tip, which is that you want to learn how to avoid tilting. The sooner you learn how to manage your emotions in game, the better. Tilting is more or less a thing in all ranks, but it gets worse the lower down the ranks you go. And this is a big problem. The last thing you want to do when someone in your team gets upset is to talk back. So if you learn how to manage your tilt early, then you're gonna have way fewer bad interactions with teammates, which doesn't only improve the experience for you and your team, but also increases your chances of winning a lot. So find ways to deal with toxic people instead of talking back. That could be agreeing, muting, or ignoring them as long as it doesn't further escalate the situation. And my third tip is to learn all the basic concepts of the game, such as what a bonus round is, how defaults work, what all the most common positions are called on each map, etc. There are obviously basics like your aim, movement, and game sense, but those you already know of and just need to play more of to get better at. However, these are more things that you have to discover with time, and the best way to learn this is, in my opinion, just to surround yourself with the game. Watching videos like this, pro games or high level streams, and trying your best to pick up on new concepts. It's really hard to understand all these things by just hearing it from someone, so it's best if you experience it live, either in your game or watching someone else. If you always try to learn new stuff when consuming Valorant content, then you'll pick up on things like this real quickly, and from there, you just gotta learn how to implement it in game. The next thing you need to learn as an iron player is that you're not any better than the others at your rank. Now that might sound tough, but it's the honest truth. This doesn't only apply to irons, but it's mainly lower ranked players that have the mindset of thinking that they for some reason play like a higher rank, but are just stuck in iron for whatever reason. The reality is that if you're iron and you have been for a while, like an act or two, then you're probably no better than the average iron player. You might be for a game, but judging your teammates on how they played one single game isn't a good way of measuring skill. And I don't say this to discourage you in any way. In fact, I think it's good that you don't have the skills of a higher ranked player, because if you would and you were stuck in iron, then there'd be something wrong with the game. The reason I'm telling you this is because the sooner you can get out of this mindset, the better off you'll be. Understand your weaknesses and work on them instead. Know that you probably don't have great aim, game sense, or anything really, and that's totally okay, because those things come with time, as long as you do your best to work on them. And this is a perfect segue into my next tip, which is that iron is the best time to establish good habits that you stick to throughout your Valorant journey. Get into the habit of practicing your aim and game sense outside of just playing ranked games. Start learning new things about your favorite agents on a consistent basis and then apply them to your game. Get in the habit of teamworking, etc. There are pretty much endless good habits that you can build, and the more you can build early, the easier it will be for you to climb the ranks. The problem with low rank players isn't always their skill in itself, but rather the way they go about improving at the game. With the right mindset, you can actually escape the low ranks a lot faster than you'd think, because most people aren't doing anything outside of playing ranked. And when they do, then they're probably not even in a learning mindset, which you should be after watching this video. But learning from your mistakes can be tough, so to find out my favorite way of doing so, click the video on the screen and I'll see you guys there.